we have today? It's BT. Normally we have a doggy come up, but today we have a cat. Hi, BT. You have joined me today because I'm sure you're wondering, Savannah, what fun, festive, Christmas-themed craft are we doing today? Well, let me tell you. She loves butt pats, by the way, so I keep doing this because she really likes them. She likes when you really... Ugh. Remember for Halloween, I made that cute little diorama? I'll put it right here. Well, we are going to make a Christmas one because Christmas is my favorite holiday. Obviously, I have outfits themed for Christmas. I love Christmas a lot. We are going to be doing a Christmas diorama today, and I am excited to do it. I got like a big glass dome from Michael's, and I was looking for like a globe, like a snow globe, but all the snow globes I was finding were still too small. I needed like a big honking snow globe and I couldn't find one. So we're just gonna go a regular cloche route again. So we're gonna do it in that. I do wish I could have found a really big snow globe, but it is what it is. I'm thinking what I wanna do is do like a little, like a Christmas toy workshop type scene with like a bunch of little toys and presents, I think is what I wanna do. So I think that is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna jump right on into it. So let's all head into top-down mode. So this is the cloche that we are working with. It's so large that it was hard to get on camera. It is a nice big glass dome with a wooden base. I think I got it at Michael's. I don't know. I hit up like a bunch of different like crafting stores and they all blend together at some point. This is the doll base, one of the mini iconic extras. I've had this one sitting for a while. I was going to use her for something. I just didn't know what, and I felt like this was the perfect thing to use her for. She's super cute. She's tiny, and I think she would fit really well in this little cloche, and I like her little pink buns. I also got this at Joann's, which is like, I think supposed to be used in flower arrangements, but I was like, actually, this is kind of like doll size, so if I just peel them off of the styrofoam, I might be able to repurpose this for doll clothes. So these might actually fit standard like 11-inch dolls, but obviously this was too big for her. But the hat did fit, which is good. It fits right over one of her little space buns. Perfect. So I didn't have to make any modifications to that, but I was going to have to repurpose all of the rest of the outfit, which is fine. I also liked the buckle, but the buckle is definitely too big on her. But the belt I felt like still fit. So I put that aside and then I tried to measure and see exactly what I needed to scavenge off of this outfit to make it fit for her. I also realized that the legs actually fit her body perfectly. So I thought maybe I could make like a little dress for her instead. So I cut off the sleeves of the coat and I decided I was going to cut them up and re-sew them so that they fit her arms better. Since I was repurposing this into like a sleeved dress, I cut off the other pant leg and made it about the length that I wanted it to be because I kind of wanted it to be like a little mini skirt. Pulled it up and then cut little holes for the arms. And then I ended up kind of making it backless, and then I decided that I didn't want it to be fully backless, but it was like also kind of backless. I don't know, I was kind of working with what I had. So I end up sewing up the sleeves to fit her arms and then stitching them onto the little... This was kind of like hard to figure out, but I ended up sewing everything onto her while she was wearing it. It just kind of made it easier. Once the dress was sewn onto her, I decided to take the little black belt, wrap it around, hot glue it, and then I had these like little embellishment things that I guess were trim, and I just cut one of them off and used it as a little buckle. And it fits perfectly. My next step was to make the bottom part, or like the carpet, I guess, of this little scene. So I wanted to make sure first that she fit inside and that she wasn't like too short or too tall. And then I found this placemat and I thought that it had a really nice little like carpeted looking texture. So I flipped it over and just traced along the little edge of the inside and cut it out and hot glued it onto the wood. I had found this little like art table in the doll section that I thought was super cute and would be perfect for like a crafting table. The problem was that it was a little short for her. It kind of hit her by like her knees. So I wanted to not only embellish it and make it a little more fancy for like a Christmas area, like a Christmas craft place, because I feel like they wouldn't just be working on bland tables, but I also had to figure out a way to make it taller to fit the dimensions of the doll. So I ended up scrounging around in my like weird craft drawer of miscellaneous weird crafts and found these wooden pieces that I got, I think, from Home Depot. And I figured that they were kind of cool and fancy enough that maybe if I cut them up, I could repurpose them as embellishments on the table and not only make it look fancy, but also add some height to the table as well by like moving it lower down and giving it like extra legs or extra length on the legs. So that's what I was doing here, is just kind of chopping off the pieces that I wanted and positioning them where I wanted and then eventually just gluing them down. Once everything was glued down, I used this Varathane wood stain. I don't know why I had this, but I did. I probably used it for some project at some point, but it was perfect because I decided that I needed to stain this because the wood was way too light and I wanted like a warm, deep, rich wood. So I just went in and stained this whole thing, and then I ended up going in with a paintbrush to get all of like the little crevices and stuff as well. While the wood stain dried, I decided to shift back over to the doll. I grabbed her little boots. I think these were from a previous little iconic mini that I had, so I grabbed them and I repainted them so that they were white and red instead of white and pink. As we waited for the boots to dry, it's time to do the face up. Take the face off with acetone. Then I sprayed it with Mr. Super Clear, and I used watercolor pencils to sketch on the features of the face. Once I had the features sketched on, I went in with my pan pastels and blushed out and added shading and everything. I wanted her to have very rosy cheeks because it's cold in the North Pole. The next step was to go in with my paints and just finalize everything that I had drawn on and sketched on. So adding the whites of the eyes, the eye color, and the eyelashes. I wanted her to have green eyes, specifically because Christmas. So she has a red outfit on, and I felt like green eyes would be cute with her little red outfit. Just, you know, Christmas colors. I made her eyeshadow gold to mimic the gold in the belt, and I didn't want to do red because I felt like it would be a little too much, but then I gave her a red lip.
once that was finished, I sprayed her with Mr. Super Clear and let that seal everything that I did down, and I moved back over to the boots. I decided to add some fur on the boots, some boots with the fur trim. Also, the boot color, like the white, was kind of yellowish, and I felt like it was really weird, so I went back over with like a regular, more neutral white to like wash it out and make it less yellow, and I think that helped a little bit. My last step was to go in with high gloss varnish once she was completely sealed and just gloss up the eyes and lips because I just wanted them to be shiny and pretty and nice. I also last minute decided to add some of the little charm embellishment things on her shoes as well, just to tie in the same little buckle that's on her belt. Then with all of the components finished, then came my favorite part, which was positioning everything together to make the scene. I wanted her to kind of be crafting and like making the toys and then having a bunch of toys on one side and then the finished stuff kind of wrapped and ready to go on the other, like telling a little bit of a story. So at this point, it really is just moving things around and figuring out how I wanted to place everything. All of these little doodads and knickknacks and things are things that I've either found at craft stores or hobby stores, usually in like the doll and miniature area, as well as just like small stuff that I've accumulated throughout the years. Like some of these are like buttons or just weird little, I don't know, things that I've found that I've ended up keeping. The last step was that I really wanted to put these little jingly bells hanging from the top. This was kind of hard to figure out how I was going to attach things to the glass. I ended up using some UV glue that I usually use for nails. That ended up working, although it did take multiple tries to properly cure it and get everything kind of in position. They are kind of delicately on there, but as long as nobody like pulls on it, I think it should be fine. But I got these little tiny ornaments and then attached the bows to them and then attached those to the areas where the little jingly bells attached to. So it kind of hid a little bit the mess of the glue that inevitably showed there. I don't know, that was like the best thing I could think of. All the other types of glues that I had weren't working, and my husband told me I can't use hot glue because it could break the glass. So, and with that, let's move on and see the final piece. That's it for this little diorama scene thing. I don't know exactly what to call it, but these are really, really fun to make. I love little miniatures, and sometimes I buy them and then I'm like, what do I do with this? So I'm glad that I found kind of a way to use these little miniatures and do little fun scenes with them. I don't know, I like being able to like paint the doll, customize the doll, and then like put her in a little world. I kind of want to do these for like a bunch of holidays, like maybe a Valentine's Day one I feel like would be really cute. Let me know what you think. I'm actually very proud of this one despite some of the small flaws, like the outfit. There's some seams and weird stuff, and I think maybe the table still is a little short, but I think overall it still gives the vibe that I'm looking for. The glue on the glass I feel like isn't as noticeable, especially from far away, and I'm genuinely very happy with this one. I think it's really cute. Let me know what you think down below. What's your favorite part of this whole little diorama look? And let me know if you want me to do more of these for other holidays like Valentine's Day, or maybe, I don't know why I'm blanking on like literally every other holiday, but yeah, if there's another holiday you want me to do, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, these are really fun, and I suggest that you try to do something like this too. Michael's and Joann's and stuff always sells like little cloches and stuff, and I feel like they're really fun, especially if you like to get little miniatures and then you don't know what to do with it. Maybe do something like this. Alright, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I hope that Christmas treats you very well. Have a fantastic holiday season, a fantastic, warm, Merry Christmas. And I'll see you next week for a little live stream, I think. That's about it. Bye-bye.